Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you the evolution of my forehand and how I went from this low 2.5 level forehand to a 4.5 capable forehand. So if you're like me, you watch hundreds of hours of tennis instruction videos on YouTube and probably even videotaped yourself and tried to analyze your own strokes. I'm going to tell you how I developed my forehand with the help of videos, recording myself, and the biggest one of all is private coaching. Yes, online videos are great, but having the right coach that's with you on the same path and headed towards the same goals is key for rapid development. I was experiencing an upward path of development by videos and self-analysis, but it was a slow path and often set back by too much match play, which never gave me the chance to dial in big changes that I was trying to make. As we look at my old forehand in slow motion, there's plenty of issues here with leaning on the back foot. Actually, when making contact, jumping backwards and off to the side, not making contact out in front, and other major issues that just didn't make an efficient, reliable, effective forehand. During the lockdown, me and my coach had the opportunity to work together on a consistent basis. We worked for about 2 months, 2 times a week. Our first focus was the forehand. So what we pretty much did was build it from scratch. Basically, it's modeled around the ATP style forehand, which you can find more information about that in other videos. But we're taking the ATP style forehand and we're compacting it, make it as simple as possible, but yet if you do it right and everything comes together, it's a very powerful and reliable shot. Starts off, of course, with the unit turn. Get a nice turn. You drop the racket down below the ball. You come up from under the ball. You're making contact way out in front, more way out in front than I ever have. And right before contact, we're going to speed up the stroke and let the follow through end naturally. And right before contact, we're going to accelerate the swing and then let the racket decelerate in the follow through. Seems pretty simple, but it takes a lot of time to dial it in, to develop new muscle memory, and when you're under pressure, it's hard not to fall back into the same old habits. Now as we hit mini tennis here, it's easy to follow the swing path and do everything technically correct on the stroke because there's no pressure. We're going slow, nice and easy. But under pressure, trying to hit harder paced balls, you quickly fall back into your habit, and this is why you have to take time away from playing match play and matches to kind of dial in and get your muscles to relearn a new technique. And having a coach watching you as you relearn and develop this technique is key, because once you fall away from it a little bit, they're right there to put you on the right track immediately. Now after about a month and a half, I sneaked in some competitive matches to try my new technique. And one of these matches was with a 5.0 female who has classic, beautiful strokes. And this is what you want to model, and this is what I aspire to have. And if you watch this warm-up that we do, pay attention to what she does. It's basically the same thing as ATP forehand. She starts with a unit turn, racket high, drops low, all at her side, racket doesn't go behind her, very compact motion, goes under the ball, contact out in front, accelerates the racket right before contact, and follows through naturally, decelerates the racket, and a tremendous pop on the ball is generated by this technique, because she has the kinetic chain going, she has weight transfer going into the ball, and also she has years and years of practice ingrained into her muscle memory and technique, and that helps her a little bit also. We play a match and she easily destroys me 6-0, I believe 6-0. Here's a typical point in the match where it's like she doesn't even have to try, because once she's in the range of that ball and she hits the ball with her perfect technique and puts just enough power to basically make it ungettable for me, but yet it's a very safe, neutral ball for her. She's not hitting at 100%. I'd be surprised if that's her 50% effort ball that just blows me off the court. Now, I'm not knocking online tennis instruction. It has its value. It made me aware of what I needed to work on. It inspires you, and it also gives you knowledge. This way, when you do communicate with a coach, you're basically on the same page of what to do. The coach is there to provide an expert eye while you play, keep you on the right path, make corrections instantly, and they get to know your game and your progress and know when to progress to the next stage or when to go back and redo some earlier stuff. So online video, personal coaching, private or semi-private, you're gonna need the personal attention to your game to really have a rapid spike in development. It's worth the investment. If you're serious about tennis, I suggest this is the path you should take and accelerate your game, accelerate your progress. It's the best move and money I spent towards my tennis. You know, if you gotta keep your shoes another 6 months, don't buy that extra nice new racket that just came out. Take that money and invest it in private coaching. You won't be disappointed. Now, not all coaches are the same. You're gonna have to find your own coach. Just have a good talk with them. Give them a good interview. See if they're willing to break down your stroke and start from scratch. You really don't want a coach that just wants to feed you balls, give you general tips like low to high, step into the ball. You really want to develop a stroke from scratch, and this is a lot of slow shadow strokes. This is a lot of talking, explaining, and conversation. It's not a lot of hitting at first, but then once you get going, it really gets fun after that, and you will really be amazed at your progress. So that's basically the path that I took, and it may be a little bit too late. I think I waited too long, but at the time it worked out. So I took advantage, I got it done, and I'm still gonna do some more work on other shots. We're going into bringing my new tools into match play, because that's a whole different story, and I hope to improve, and hopefully if you see my improvement, if you like and subscribe, check out my matches, see how my development goes between matches. I take on a lot of higher level players, try and make it entertaining and fun. So like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.